leading us in today. If we can give them a round of applause. Perfect timing. Love it. I would also like to thank our coaches, our athletic director, our scholar athletes, our cheerleaders, and all of you here today for being a part of this event. I'd also like to thank our school board members, our councilmen, and our mayor for being here for such a tremendous moment in our school and city's history. As a relatively new CEO of Lorain City Schools, I thought about my short time here and my interactions with the Cleveland Brown organization, and I've already learned a lot. It is evident that the desire to give back, to care about the well-being of others, doing what is right by people, and making sure even if the decision is unpopular, it's still the right one, and the desire to get better every day regardless of circumstances are values we all share. However, I also learned from Mr. Haslam and Mrs. Haslam that their hearts are even larger than those values. I am humbled to stand here today to receive on behalf of Lorain City Schools a donation that not only improves our outlook on the athletic field, but will galvanize the community to continue its belief on redreaming possible inside the classroom. Mr. Haslam, we thank you, and Mrs. Haslam and the entire Browns organization for this tremendous donation. Thank you so very much. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Haslam to speak a few words. Mr. Haslam.
Thanks a lot. First of all, Dee would normally be here with me, but she's actually on a conference call on a national education board she's on. So I guess if there's a good excuse to miss, that's it. It's ironic how things work out. I think most of you all know we're from East Tennessee, Knoxville to be specific, and we were approached 2 or 3 years ago about helping to convert all of the grass football fields there to artificial turf. Mainly Coach McFarland to make things easier for guys like you that and your staff that have to work so hard to keep the fields lined and ready to play, but also to help them be multi-use fields. And Dee called Eric Gordon, who runs the Cleveland City school system, and said, does this make sense? And it's kind of surprised me. Without hesitating, it said it makes absolute sense. And she said, why is that? And said, there are definite studies that show that students who participate in after-school activities do better academically and also have a higher attendance rate. I think we all here understand the importance of education. If we're going to have the kind of country we all want to have, education has to play a key role. I was really impressed with Coach McFarland, and we probably visited for 40 seconds, but I asked him how his record was, and meaning football, and he said, well, we made the playoffs last year. But he quickly switched the subject to, more importantly, we had a 3.2 grade point average. And I think at the end of the day, the athletics are important, the academics more important. And I've always felt, since I played high school football, that one of the great underappreciated professions in the United States are high school football coaches who work tirelessly, put in unbelievable hours, have huge influence on young men, and do a tremendous job. So Coach McFarland, thanks for what you do here, and thanks to your entire staff. So after Eric Gordon told Dee that, we took a look around and said we should do the same thing in Northeast Ohio. And we started with the city of Cleveland, started with 5 schools in the Cleveland School District and converted them to artificial turf over the last 2 years. And now we've picked 2 other schools outside of Cleveland. The first one was Lorain. We did some checking around and seemed to be a great choice. So it's our pleasure to do this today. We're excited. I assume it'll be ready middle of the summer for you all to practice and play on, and hopefully it'll make a substantial difference in the program, and hopefully it'll encourage more kids to come out and play football. Will make your all's jobs easier, and that in turn will keep more kids in school, graduate more, and as you said, get more kids in college, because ultimately that's all our role here. So thanks for the job everybody does here at Lorain, and we're fortunate. We feel fortunate to be part of it. Look forward to seeing this new field here over the next 2 or 3 months. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Haslam, thank you again for those words, your leadership, and your commitment to this field's transformation. You've inspired us to use this moment as a catalyst to change our community, and the Friday Night Lights are a big thing in Lorain, and you just made them a lot brighter. Thank you so very much. I now invite Mayor Rittenauer for a few words, followed by Council President Arredondo.
Well, first of all, on behalf of the City of Lorain, Mr. Haslam, to you and to Dee, the Cleveland Browns organization, we want to extend our thanks for choosing the City of Lorain. Aware of your work in Cleveland since you took over, became owner, and just so happy that it's extending out here to the City of Lorain. I know Coach McFarland's going to speak a little bit, but I just want to speak in terms of the team, what the team embodies, and what I think we're all trying to do, and how I think this is going to play a role. You know, I came to practice a few years back when Coach took over, and what struck me was that each and every one of the players came up to me, shook my hand, looked me in the eye, introduced themselves. What goes on this field is not just about football, it's character building. It's building people for their lives, for their careers, teaching them how to be a good human being. And I think, Jimmy, when Coach said what he said about the GPA, it's embodied in him each and every day. And Coach understands, like so many people in Lorain schools, that it's about relationships. It's about forming those relationships, one person, one student at a time, to make a big difference. And what's going to happen on this field with the new turf, it's going to look great, it's going to be great, but it's ultimately the people playing on it. And I know we've got the right people at the helm. So I'm very excited. I think the football team truly, and what's gone on with them, is a microcosm of the city. The city has not given up. We've had some difficult times, we've had some rough times, but we have continued to persevere and fight through it. We're the international city. When we get knocked down, we get back up and we go at it even harder. That's not just true of the city and the football team. I think it's true of everybody here, our schools and the like. So with that, really happy. Thank you again for making the trip. Jarvis, good to see you in a Browns uniform. And go get them. Thanks.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go Browns! Come on. As a lifelong Browns fan, I guess maybe you could tell by some of the hair or no hair, we'd like to thank you, Mr. Haslam, Browns organization, and especially your wife who isn't here. As a married guy, we know who the boss is. So once again, I appreciate. The biggest thing is thank you for investing in Lorain. Just to echo the mayor's compliments and his words, it's great that we're going to be able to have a new investment here, but I think we look at the long-range picture, and so do you as a businessman, as an owner, as a family man. It's what you invest, what you're going to get out of it. And our youth today, like I heard about 50 years ago, we're the youth leaders of tomorrow. And once again, thank you for the big investment. Obviously, Jarvis Landry here is going to continue the process of your building. I thank you for not giving up. I know we've been looking for a long time for a winner, just like Lorain City Schools. I think we have a winner here with our new CEO, Mr. Hardy. So thank you again. And for everybody here, put this down in your calendar, something to tell your kids, your grandkids, that I was here today when we did groundbreaking here at George Daniel Field. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Council President. We really appreciate your words and your presence here today. At this time, we have two of our scholar athletes that will come up here and share a few words about how much this moment means to them and how much this field will improve not only their athletic talents, but also help them think about the future ahead of them. So if I could have Cairo and Naya come up here and share a few words.
I just want to say thank you on behalf of the Lorain Titans and the football players and the staff for redoing our field. At Lorain, we stress academics more than athletics. We're scholar athletes here, so and the coaches will stay after practice and everything and help you with your work. And they stress getting us to college more than us playing. They don't really care about wins; they care about us winning in life. So I'd like to thank the coaching staff and thank the Browns for everything they do for us.
I'd also like to say thank you to the Browns. From the soccer team, the past 3 years, we've had to travel for our home games, and it feels really great knowing that we can play on our home field now for our home games, and we can have our fans actually come watch us. And I think our team will really improve, and it will help more people want to join our soccer team. And it's really exciting for our team. We're thankful.
All right. Thank you so very much, scholars. We appreciate it. And for our next guest, I actually understand the greatness of Jarvis. Not only has he set NFL records for the most catches in NFL history in the first 4 years of a career, but I found out we had a few other things in common. We both started our professional careers in Miami. We both are experiencing winter here in Ohio. And we both ran the 40-yard dash. You haven't run yours in 4.5, and I just was happy I completed it. But something that impressed me the most, Jarvis, as I was looking into all the wonderful things that you've done, the words that you shared with your mother and about your mother, and how she has led you to who you are today. And the words that I took from one of the documentaries on you is that she said to you, never let anyone tell you what you can't do, and just go out and always be your best. And we're lucky to have you here as one of the best. Thank you. Mr. Jarvis Landry, if you can get some...
All right, I see everybody handling this a lot better than I am. But truthfully, it's an honor. It's an honor to be here and stand before you guys, ladies as well. I can tell you what the game has done for my life, what sports has done for my life. It's taken me to places that I couldn't even imagine, and I've been able to see a lot of things that I couldn't imagine as well. But also, in doing that, I had to become a better student. You know, and I hear all the time, and I've been hearing since I've been here, you know, how much school is important. And this man right here, you know, and the things that he embodied, and the things that going from 40 players to 100 players, or almost 100 players since the time he's been here. But just listen to you guys speak and listen to how the way you talk about him, understanding the mentoring, you know, and the time that he's took out of his life to make sure that you guys can better your life, you know. And my mom did that for me, you know, what you spoke about earlier. And you know, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs people like that for sure, you know. So Mr. Haslam, I wish Dee was here, but you know, you tell her I said thank you for giving me an opportunity to be here. This being my first opportunity to be in the community here in Cleveland, and would not a better way to do it like this. So thank you guys, and I would say good luck, but I don't believe in luck. So be great. You guys be great, no matter what you do, school and life and whatever. Oh, and we're gonna get your hair back too. We're gonna get that black again.
Jarvis, thank you for your words. And you know, it's chilly out here, but I did put a call into emails down in Louisiana for you, but they wouldn't ship any food up to us today. When I called, I told them it was winter up here, and they said, "What is winter?" So unfortunately, no emails. But thank you for everything, and thank you for your commitment, the work ethic that you're going to bring to the field, and just the words you just brought to our young people. The idea of being great is so important, and you're definitely great. So thank you so very much. The one other thing I remember you speaking to is the importance of your mother and getting to where you are and the success that you have. Those words gave us life, and those words mean so much to us. And the other person that gives us so much life here in our community is our coach, Coach McFarland. Has done a tremendous job giving our young men life on and off the field. A tremendous coach, a tremendous leader, and definitely a tremendous person just to look up to and inspire so many people on our football team and throughout this community. So at this time, without further ado, I'd like to turn this over to Coach McFarland.
I'll take doctor. First of all, I obviously want to thank the Browns and specifically Jenner. She's just been awesome in my time, my relationship with the Browns over the last 4 years. But I really want to thank our young student athletes, all of them. Coming into Lorain 4 years ago, they've done nothing but embrace me and my family, and so that's exciting for me, and I'm just proud to be a Titan. I do believe sincerely in the self-fulfilling prophecy, and I told Mr. Corey when we got here, who's been an awesome AD, we got to clean up that field house. You know, our kids need to feel good about themselves, whether it's in the classroom or in our weight room. You know, a beautiful new school. But when our girls' soccer team and our boys' soccer team and our boys' football team and the best damn band in the land, and when they come out here for some playoff weather where it's nice and cold, right? You'll get some playoff weather, right? The two of us will be in the playoffs again. But listen, I'm an honor to be here. I'm so proud of the academic progress of our kids and my coaches and all the people in Lorain and what they've done for me. It's just a great honor. But thank you, Mr. Haslam. Thank you, Jim.
All right, it is time to put on some hard hats and to break ground. So all of us that will be grabbing a shovel, if you could put on those helmets and line up over here.
I got my players in there. Okay. Doing it again. They get to run on it. All right. I just stand over there. Looking good there. All right. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.